Alright, it's review time. In this video, guys, I will be reviewing Badlands. I may get into some spoilers, but I'm going to try my best to not get into any heavy spoilers. So just to forewarn you, if you haven't seen the movie, if you don't want to get spoiled, go ahead and click off and come back after you watch it. But let's get into it. But before we get started, if you could, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel for more Real Rumble, all movie news, all the time. Let's get to it. All right, guys. So, Predator Badlands. Is this movie good? Is it worth the watch? Damn right, it's worth the watch. To be honest, guys, I did not go into this movie with any high expectations. I mean, just to be straightforward, I did enjoy Prey. I thought it was one of the better Predators, if not probably the best interpretation of Predator we've gotten since the original. I thought Dan Trachtenberg did a phenomenal job with that story. Definitely took it and did a different spin with it, and I really enjoyed what he did with that. And it was cool seeing, hey, okay, Dan Trachtenberg is going to be directing this. But after watching the first trailer, I was kind of iffy about it. I was like, all right, this is a little maybe too far-fetched, right? But as it came on and I seen another trailer and I'm like, okay, this is growing on me a little bit. I'm going to go see it, right? I figured, why not? Well, after coming out of the theaters, or going into the theater with the wife, and the wife, mind you, because she's going to play a part in my review here, she has no recollection, no history at all about what the Predator is. She was just tagging along with me, right? Well, going into this movie, I really didn't have any high expectations. I just didn't. I was honestly, I was going to it. I was kind of worried because I was kind of hyping it up to my wife and, hey, come on, let's go to the movie. Let's go see it. It looks good. But in the back of my mind, I was like, it could be bad. But I will tell you, man, from the very start of this movie, I was locked in. I was locked in. This movie had a lot of cool moments. But just to give a little basic rundown of the story, it's pretty much a Yautja, which is the predator species. What they are, it's set in his world, and he, of course, is trying to earn his way into his clan. Okay. And to do that, basically, they have to hunt down a creature, bring it back, right? So they can, so-called, earn their cloak, right? Which is where they're able to disappear. And so, all of that plays a part, so it kind of dives you into the Predator's history a little bit, which I thought was really cool as well. Well, now, of course, he decides, because to be honest, he's kind of a runt. He wants to prove himself. So he decides he's going to go hunt down a creature that no other Yautja has ever killed. And many died trying. So, it's of course the hero's journey, right? If anybody's familiar with the hero's journey, right? It touches all of those points, along the hero's journey, friends along the way, allies, betrayal, overcoming obstacles. In this movie, I mean, from start to finish, it is action packed. Everything ties in together perfectly. This movie was very well written, very well crafted. Now, is it a flawless movie? No, not by any means. There's definitely going to be some parts where you're going to be like, that's kind of cheesy, or that's kind of corny. You're like, oh, what the hell is going on? But the experience that you are going to feel when you come out of this movie you're going to enjoy it, guys. You're going to enjoy it. It's going to touch all of the points that you want in a movie, in an experience, in the theaters. Great visuals, great action, great acting. I mean, it is fun characters. It is a watch, and you guys, I recommend anybody who hasn't seen it, man, take the time, go and see this movie. This movie is worth it. Much better than I thought it was going to be. So you know that's my basic rundown of the review there. But I do want to get in, like I said, I might dive into a couple spoilers here. But a couple of my favorite moments, you know, was this character that comes along and you see the sense of, you know, an individual who, you know, kind of feels like an outsider, you know, who kind of looks at, like I said, he's like the runt, right? He's kind of looked at as like weak, and so for, you know, and then he finds his sense of belonging with the characters along the way, and you know, and he finds his, and it's a very good, touching story. And I just want to be straight up, if you can just get over the fact that the main character is ugly as can be, right? You gotta think about it. It's one of those creatures. It's as ugly as can be. Man, it's a very, very fun experience. But guys, that is my review for Predator's Badlands. Like I said, I'm not gonna dive into too many spoilers. I don't want to spoil it all. I will definitely, on the episode tomorrow, Monday, I will dive into some spoilers, just kind of talking about it, really going into some of my favorite moments and some of the things I really didn't like about it. But guys, my review for this at a 5 stars, this is going to get a 3.5. Okay. Now, before I let you go, I did tell you my wife went with me, and I have to give her opinion from her experience watching this movie, okay? Because I think this is going to pay real dividends for individuals who haven't had a chance to watch all of the Predators prior, Alien versus Predator, Alien versus Predator Requiem, you know, the Predators, Prey. If you haven't seen any of these, like my wife is a big reader, big reader. I mean, reads books all the time. You know, so she sees all different, she knows all different types of stories that get crafted. She reads much more than I do, I promise you that. But she comes out of this, she says, from a story standpoint, it touches every emotion that you want to feel from a movie. And then for her assessment, she gave this movie a 3.7. She actually gave it a better rating than me, 3.7 out of 5. And this is from somebody who doesn't know the history. She really came out of this movie, really enjoyed it. She's not a huge sci-fi fan either, but she came out enjoying it as well. So just give little sprinkles on there for you guys to give you any incentive if you want a good experience at the theaters. Go and watch Predator's Badlands. It is an absolute fun time. And definitely go check it out, because hey, next week, man, this upcoming Friday, we got another big release, which I suspect is going to be a phenomenal movie, and that's The Running Man. So, and we're going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that this week on Reel Rumble. But guys, peace out.